I've got a question for you. Is your business stagnant? Today I'm going to be sharing some signs that your business may be stagnant and what you can do to fix your stagnant ways. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. Who's ready to level up their food truck game? Then let's talk about Table Needs. They're serving a complete package, a powerful point of sale system, built-in QR code menu ordering, a slick KDS, and they even handle your sales tax automatically. But wait, there's more. Their customer support team is like having your food truck BFF helping you grow your business. Visit TableNeeds.com or catch them on Facebook. Identifying signs and then admitting that your food truck is stagnant is crucial to your long-term success and to prevent decline, even if you feel like your business is going great today. So here are some of those signs. Your revenue is flat, meaning your sales are not growing. The most obvious sign of stagnation is a consistent lack of growth in your revenue, or worse, a decline in sales over an extended period of time. Flat sales is often a result of the sold-out syndrome. I like to think of that as a disease that some people don't even realize they've got. Sold-out syndrome is patting yourself on the back when you sell out of the food that you prep for the day. You're happy, but there's a whole bunch of people that are not happy. The ones that counted on eating your food and it's not available. While on the surface it seems awesome, if you closed earlier than your stated time, or worse, you actually had to tell somebody, hey, sorry, I'm out. You've taught those folks that you're unreliable, and you've taught them that when they're hungry, you shouldn't be their first choice. Well, there's your stagnation sign. Once is an occurrence, and you'll be forgiven. Hey, everybody makes a mistake. No big deal. I'll go eat somewhere else. I'll check you out tomorrow. Twice is a coincidence, and you might be forgiven. Hey, this is the second time this has happened, dude. I might be back tomorrow. And they might. But if it happens 3 times, that's a pattern, and you've lost that guest forever. Because they know you cannot be counted on to feed them when they're hungry. Remember, it's not when you've got food, it's when the people are hungry. That's when it matters. If you run out today, bring more food tomorrow. If you're willing to do that, that is someone that's looking to grow a business. If you're not willing to do that, you're in the business to make money, and that's not going to work long term. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, but Bill, everybody's in business to make money. No. Everyone's in business to provide a service or a product. And doing that efficiently gives them profitability. But no business mission statement says, we're in business to make money. We're in business to sell food. We're in business to feed people. And if we feed enough people, guess what? We make money. If you don't feed enough people, you won't make money. But your business is about feeding people. It's not about making money. Making money is the side effect. Now, I know some of you guys are screaming at the speaker going, FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. Well, that only works when the scarcity of the product is related to something that's collectible or some other hardline item. When people are hungry and you have sold out, they're still hungry. They're going to be fed by somebody else. You just gave them a chance to learn that, oh, there's another food truck that hasn't run out of food, and their food is just as good. Food is not something that FOMO works. Because people got to eat anyway. When you got that stupid little beanie baby that somebody has got to collect, yeah, there's only so many of them. And even though they might desire that one that you've got, they're not going to go hungry over it. They're not going to worry about it. But somebody that's coming to you for food and you don't have it, the fear of missing out doesn't work. And that's what FOMO means, fear of missing out. There's a lot of arrogant vendors out there that believe that running out is a good thing. Well, I'm telling you right now, it is not. Running out is a flat line revenue and it's stagnation. If you have a plateaued guest base, that's common to a stagnant food truck. If your customer base has remained relatively stable or even decreased a little bit, it indicates that your business is not attracting new customers or new guests and is probably not retaining all your existing ones either. So on any given day, you should be seeing brand new people you have never ever served before. If you're not, I can promise you, you are not only stagnant, but you're likely in decline. And the numbers just haven't caught up to you yet. So how can I say that and be certain about it? Let's say that your guest base is 1,000 people. that eat with you at least once a month. And they repeat that the next month, at least once a month. On average, that's 1,000 people. Guess what it becomes next month? It becomes 999. And do you know why? On average, 1% of people die a month of our total population. So if you have 1,000 people, one of them's going to die. So now you've only got 999 left. And guess what that 999 actually becomes? It's going to be 998 because about 1% of the people move out of the area they currently live in every single month. Then you got to subtract the folks that change job and you're no longer convenient to them. The people that lost their income, they can't afford to eat at your food truck. The people that just lost interest because you're boring. They found a competitor. There's all kinds of reasons why people quit a business. Sometimes you know about them. Sometimes you just don't. They just quit. The second your guest base plateaus, it's really starting to decline. And there's your stagnation sign. Marketing, limited time only products and specials and social media and having a great community standard will prevent your guest base from plateauing. If your profit margins are shrinking due to increased costs and perhaps decreasing sales, there's your stagnation sign. Increased expenses should be addressed in real time. The cost of meat goes up. Guess what your menu prices have to do? They have to go up too. It's a very sad conversation I have when I talk to someone that says they're afraid to raise their prices because they're not making any money. I can promise you, every human being in the United States knows about inflation. They see it every week when they go to the gas pump. They see it every week when they go to the grocery store. They know prices are going up. And if yours aren't going up in proportion to the increased expenses you're seeing, that means your profits are going down, you are stagnant, you are dying. A decrease in marketing and advertising activity or relying on the same outdated marketing strategies. And one of those marketing strategies, believe it or not, is running out of food daily. And yes, that's a strategy. It's a bad one. This leads to decreased visibility. It leads to reduced guest acquisition. And there's your stagnation sign. Marketing, social media, those have to be ongoing. Every single day, you got to put that marketing hat on and get out there and market. You got to be on social media. If you believe you don't need to do those things, well, there's another stagnation sign. You got outdated technology and processes. Failing to invest in modern technology and streamlined processes makes your business less efficient. It also makes it less competitive. So I got a question for you. Are you handwriting tickets? There's your stagnation sign. Handwriting tickets went out in the 1960s. Only tracking credit card sales. There's your stagnation sign. You don't have a way for people to order online? There's your stagnation sign. It is 2023, for goodness sakes. Get with the modern times. Do you have high customer complaints? That in and of itself suggests a decline in quality or a decline in your guest satisfaction. But a lot of people will say, no, I don't have bad reviews. My reviews are 4.9. Now here's the question. Is the review count relative to the daily guest count? So for example, if you serve 100 people today, you should be getting 3 to 7 reviews every single day you serve 100 people. If you're not, and I can tell you what's happening, you ain't asking. There's your stagnation sign. If you don't ask for feedback, you cannot duplicate the great things you're doing, and you can't reduce the bad things. Ask 100% of your guests to leave a review. A failure to set clear and long-term goals, that indicates stagnation because you're not looking to get better. If you don't have goals, well, there's your stagnation sign. So why is stagnation bad, especially if you sell out every day? Stagnation is the beginning of death and decay. If you're not growing every day, you essentially have one foot in the bankruptcy courtroom door. You've got to be growing. And that's not hyperbole, that's a fact. You as a person and you as a business must strive to make today better than yesterday. 1% better is still 1% better. Now, you guys have heard me talk about Rack's Roast Beef. That was the very first place that I worked for. So I'm going to give you a Paul Harvey moment. Here's the rest of the story. The parent company of Rack's Roast Beef was a company called RAC, or Restaurant Administration Corporation. They owned a bunch of different franchisees, and they were the owner of Rack's corporate itself. One of the franchises that they had was a burger chef, and they had a couple dozen burger chefs. In Southern Ohio, a few in West Virginia, a few in Pennsylvania. Now, what you may not know is that Burger Chef was almost as popular as McDonald's in the early 70s. In fact, in 1972, they had 1,200 stores compared to McDonald's 1,600. That's pretty darn close. Burger Chef was the first restaurant company to have a kids meal. They had it 7 full years before the Clown ever developed one. Burger Chef actually sued McDonald's over basically copying their kids meal. At one point, Burger Chef was growing and they couldn't do anything wrong until they couldn't do anything right. They stopped trying to innovate. After they added that kids meal on in 72, they didn't add anything else to the menu. The menu became uninspired. It was boring. Here's the tagline when I started in the 1970s. This is what Burger Chef's tagline was. We really give you the works. Now, does that say anything about food? Does that say anything that makes you go, hey, I've got to go have a burger from Burger Chef? They had a dress-it-yourself burger topping bar, and that just did not take off. They had people that were wanting to have a salad bar like we had at Rack's restaurants, and they had comment card upon comment card sent in to the home office or sent into the stores. They would say, hey, we'd really love for you all to have a salad bar. But the Burger Chef did not listen to their own guests. So you fast forward to 2023. Burger Chef trademarks were sold to Hardee's parent company in the 1980s, and they allowed the company to die. Currently, there are no operating Burger Chefs. So you go from a company that had 1,200 stores in 1972, and they actually grew a little bit beyond that. So they had nearly 2,000, I believe, at one point, to having none. They were the number 2 restaurant in burgers in the United States. And then in less than 20 years, they were gone. You've got one food truck. Can you really flirt with stagnation and expect to be here next year? Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.